Hello, everybody. It is me again, and it's almost time for test one. It's hard to believe, but summer semesters that are 5 weeks go by pretty fast, so it is already here. So let me show you how the procedures will be for taking the test. Let's say that we start off over here in mymathlab, and here's the test. Now, hopefully, before we even attempt to take the test, we've taken the quiz enough times to feel comfortable and confident, okay? Because look, you get infinity attempts at the quiz, you take as many times as you want, and it's that way so that you can practice until the point that you are prepared. If you get to that point, then you're ready to take the test. So say you click the test, and then it asks you for a password. Okay, now, the reason I have it protected by a password is because I want to assure that you consent to some instructions before you take the test, okay? So let's go back over in Canvas. So now I'm in Canvas, and I'm on our home page in Canvas, and I'm under modules, okay? So, hopefully you've read the course information and you've watched the video introduction to the course, and you've been looking at the videos, okay? And then notice now there will be a link for test one, okay? Now, when you click on that link, it will say this is where you'll find the password for test one. So, in other words, remember, we were over in mymathlab, we click test one, it wants a password, and you will find that password here over in Canvas, okay? But you'll have to read some instructions and consent to them before you get that password, okay? So let me preview the instructions and say a little bit more about them. Now, on some of the questions, I would like you to send me your written work, okay? And the written work should be nice and thorough and neat, okay? I want to be able to read it easily. Your questions should be numbered. The work should be complete without lots of missing steps. It's going to look fishy if there's missing steps, and some people just write the question down and the answer down, and that's not showing work, okay? You're taking the test at home, it's not proctored. I need to see that you're able to go through all the steps, that you understand them from question to answer, all right? So you don't send me the work for the entire test, just the questions mentioned here. Questions 23 through 28, the last 6 questions on the test. Another thing, send your work as a single PDF, okay? Oh, so well, let's go back a little bit. How would you send me your work? Well, you'll write it on paper. That's what most people do. And then you can take pictures with your phone, okay? Now, some people have apps on their phone that will turn those into a single PDF, and you can send me that, all right? I just want a single PDF, not a bunch of pictures. That's something I'm asking as a favor to you. It's a lot easier to grade if I get one document, one PDF, okay? Not a picture, not a bunch of pictures, okay? So send me your work as a single PDF, and the test is not proctored, so there are some things I'm going to be strict about, and this is one of them. Okay, send the work as a single PDF, otherwise you'll lose 10 points for not following the instructions. Okay, now I mentioned that many people have apps on their phone that will do this for them. Oh my goodness, I think the stat cat is going to make an appearance. All right, he thinks this is a good time. Where was I? Oh, some people have apps on their phone that will turn the photos of their work into a PDF, and you send me that. Otherwise, I'll show you how another way you can do it, okay? A way that I would do it, in fact. But we'll save that for the end. Now, if you don't send me the work, then you lose points for those questions, okay? So for questions 23 through 28, to get credit for them, you must send the work, and the work must be complete and correct, okay? Something else I'm strict about, send me the work within 30 minutes of finishing the test, Okay, so the test's not proctored, but I told you there are some things I'm going to be strict about. This is another one of them. If you send me the work the next day or hours later, you will not receive credit for it. So send it within 30 minutes of finishing the test. You can check your sent items folder in your email to make sure that it was sent. You can ask for a confirmation of receipt from me. You know, sometimes when people send things to me, they write a nice message, and I always acknowledge that. That's another way to know that your work was received, so you can do that. I'll leave it up to you how you handle it, but I've made it known that that's how it is. Okay, so let's see. As far as what you can do, now the test is not proctored, so there's an element of trust in this. I'm trusting that you will take the test by yourself without help from any other person, and you will not use websites or online calculators that do all the work for you. It's fine to use an online calculator to do calculations and that sort of thing, but if it's taken the test for you, then that doesn't count for anything, and that's why your work has to look like a human did it, okay? If there's weird gaps in the steps or anything like that, it's going to look suspicious, okay? So I'll look at it very closely, and you know, if it's not complete and correct, then you could lose points, okay? You'll have to excuse the cats. Anyway. So anyway, now after you get to item 6, you'll see the password for the test. And then there will be a true-false question that just says click true if you consent to all these instructions and you understand them. And then you can take that password that you'll see at that time and go enter it into mymathlab. Okay? And that's how you take the test. Now, let me show you something real quick about how to take the pictures from your phone and make them as a PDF. If you already know how to do that, then the rest of this video will not be relevant to you, okay? So let's see, I'm gonna go over to, I'm gonna open Word, and here here's a picture that I took. This is something I wrote down, and it's for another class, but I wrote this on paper, just like you would be writing the work for your test on paper, and I took a picture of it, okay? And this, I just dragged that picture over into Word, okay? And if I go to File and I do Save As, you know, I can choose where I want to save it. I don't save it to desktop, call it Jeff, and then I'll do Save As Type, and then I do PDF, and then it will make a PDF of that, and then that's what I would send from there. So I took the picture with my phone, I put that on my computer, and then I drag the picture into the Word file. I save the Word file as a PDF. Now, obviously, that would only work if you had Word. I guess if you don't have Word, but you have something like it, then you could do the same sort of thing. I'm not sure. Now, so you'll have to figure out how you're going to do it, all right? Whether with an app on your phone or like I showed you. But those are the instructions for the test. I can't think of anything else, so I'll just put this video out there. This may be enough for you, but if you have other questions, you can ask them. Oh, so I did think of one more thing. So as far as what you can use on the test, that's all outlined in the course information document, okay? So like, say we go back over to modules, if you read the course information document, and that's something I did ask everybody to read, then there are a few sections in it that outline what materials you can use on the test. So if you haven't read that, read it, okay? It tells you the time limits for the test, tells you what sorts of things you can use on the test, so on and so forth. So everybody must read the course information document, okay? It's essential. All right, well, that's all I can think of. If you think of anything, then I hope to hear from you. Take care.